Meanwhile, the president breaks his silence on the Benghazi talking points.
The whole issue of this of talking points, frankly, throughout this process has been a sideshow.
Wait a minute. They wrote the talking points, and that's just the beginning of the president's problems today. Bill O'Reilly standing by live in their studio. Good morning, Prince of Pithy. And Laura Ingraham joins us live from D.C. shortly. After the headlines.
That all these passengers had to go through.
And the saddest thing about this is welcoming Laura Ingraham is that Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston never really fulfilled their relationship. It looked like they were going to get together, but at the end, they went their separate ways.
It was a movie.
I think they did get together.
All right.
Did they really?
Did you say fulfill
I think
the
actually the whole point of the movie was they did get together.
Well, no, did they end up together, Laura? Do you remember?
Laura, didn't they get together?
I believe so, but when you say fulfilled the relationship, exactly what do you mean by that?
It's a morning show.
They don't end up getting married.
All right.
My question is, did the woman have to buy drinks for everyone after that? I mean, that was...
should have.
That's crazy.
Right? Pillows for free, at least.
Should have been on American Airlines. Okay, so we got Bill O'Reilly. We got Laura Ingraham with us as well. We're going to first play the President of the United States. He finally got a question about Benghazi after the election, but it's all a sideshow. Your commentary after this.
The whole issue of this of talking points, frankly, throughout this process has been a sideshow. What we have been very clear about throughout was that immediately after this event happened, we were not clear who exactly had carried it out, how it had occurred, what the motivations were. And the emails that you allude to were provided by us to congressional committees. They reviewed them several months ago, concluded that, in fact, there was nothing afoul in terms of the process that we had used. And suddenly, 3 days ago, this gets spun up as if there's something new to the story. There's no there.
All right, Bill O'Reilly, you're first.
I know what happened now. I mean, I'm serious. Here's what happened. When they finally realized that the terror attack came in an organized fashion, some people in the White House, and we have to know their names, and that's why it's not a sideshow, because we do have to know their names, pretty much insisted, with the assent of the State Department, who didn't want to really be embarrassed, that they tamped down the CIA and Hicks, remember Hicks, the second in command, who told Hillary Clinton the night of it was an organized terror attack, tamp that down, and let's basically take our time because it might hurt the president's reelection campaign. That's what happened. All right. So, and then they got in deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, sending Susan Rice out. Now, I said this on Good Morning America. I thought they were going to have a heart attack this morning. OK, I said to Stephanopoulos, you know about better than anybody else, the president has to take the lead here. And he has to tell the American people who ordered Susan Rice to say that. Who? Give me a name of who did that. And then we can start to get to the bottom of it. But until Barack Obama does that, which he doesn't seem to want to do, this story will continue.
Laura, the counterterror expert he cited came out and said, I told 3 days after Ambassador Rice came forward that it was a terror attack, and that's what they concluded. But that's not what he said on Letterman, what he said on The View, what he said to 60 Minutes.
Well, then why wasn't it in the talking points? I mean, if it was so obvious to them, they thought, oh, well, it could have been a terrorist attack. Why was that taken out of the talking points? And when you watch the president yesterday, excuse me if I'm not bowled over by the phony outrage. Well, I'm outraged about the IRS, and this is a sideshow. What we see is that this is a political circus, and he's P.T. Barnum, and he's spinning the plates, and he's juggling, and he's trying to keep everybody distracted with all of his little shiny objects in the air. But the bottom line is, we now know that this government apparently thinks it's okay to tap reporters' phones, it's okay to send out somebody to tell a narrative about a terrorist attack who has nothing to do with it, but who probably wanted to be the Secretary of State. And this is a pattern of intimidation and demonization and fuzzing up the narrative that we have seen from Barack Obama, that table set from day one of his administration, from telling that Latino group, you got to punish your enemies, to the way they intimidated insurance companies and hospital groups into going along with health care reform. This is their stock in trade. I'm not surprised by anything that comes out of the mouths of these people, and frankly, I don't believe much of anything that comes out of that White House press room. I don't know how Jay Carney gets up every morning after that appearance on Friday. That was abominable.
Laura, a new poll shows that independents, almost 50%, do not believe the administration, at least on the
why
Benghazi.
should they?
At least on the Benghazi story. But Bill, here's my question to you. The president yesterday said it defied logic why anyone would want to look into this. There's no there anymore. But what defies logic to a lot of people watching today is that if, in fact, he called it terrorism from the beginning, as he claims that he did yesterday, then why did he send out Susan Rice 5 days later to say that it wasn't terrorism? Shouldn't she be fired then if she went against what the president was saying?
Well, look, again, we all know what happened now. There isn't any debate about what happened. So the president, in order to lead the nation, should explain who did what and why they did it.
But will that happen?
No.
I don't know. He's getting hurt now. He's getting hurt.
There are
bad.
three
Like he
scandals.
never has before.
Well, that's not fair. The AP thing isn't a scandal. That was a...
The AP feels it is.
Well, who cares
The
what they
AP thing
feel?
isn't
They
a
haven't written an
scandal?
accurate
It's a
article.
scandal.
No, it's not. It's absolutely not. The Justice Department went through legal terms to get the phone records. They didn't
Well, we don't know
violate
for
that.
sure what they did exactly.
Okay. Well,
Bill,
those of
I
us who
don't-
are following the story know that there was a article written about a Yemen CIA operation. The Justice Department wants to find out who leaked that, all right? So they went through channels to get to see the phone records. Now, you can say that's wrong. You can say that shouldn't have happened. But I'm not going to do that yet. Let's just see. So that's not a scandal. The
I'm not
IRS,
willing. Let me just jump in
well,
here.
Wait a minute,
The
Laura.
idea that we're giving the administration the benefit of the doubt.
I'm not giving
when
anybody
Eric
the benefit of
Holder-
anything. I'm saying fact.
You're saying
But
it's not a scandal. It is a scandal.
It is. The AP thing is not a scandal.
Secretly obtained the records.
Period. What?
Secretly obtained the records without the AP's knowledge.
Eric Holder
Yeah, of
had
course
to know
not. They're
about
not
this.
going
They're
to let
claiming
the
he
AP
didn't.
know what their investigation is.
but how-
But they had to get the authorization to get
we don't know-
those things.
we don't know what type of
wait a minute.
authorization
If
they
they
got
didn't
yet.
get authorization, if they didn't get that from a judge, then it's a scandal.
But this is my problem here. Is how do you give these people the benefit of the doubt on this issue after everything
Because
else
you
that's
have to,
happened?
as a journalist, do that. You have
Well,
to.
I think the people who are usually in this scenario turn out to be the ones that were correct, Bill, are the people who were saying back in 2007 and 2008 that Barack Obama had no managerial experience, he had never run anything, and in fact he was tutored at the feet of someone like a Bill Ayers who actually laid the whole groundwork for demonizing your enemy, intimidating your enemy.
That the president is able to rally support is because too many people accuse him of too many things. Focus. Benghazi up to here. Up to here, okay? That's a big-time story. AP, not a big-time story. Concentrate on what we know.
Well,
The IRS
a few
is
months
also
ago,
big.
we
Sorry,
were
we're
being
gonna have
told
to
that
end it.
Benghazi wasn't big. A few months ago, Benghazi was no big deal. Now it's a big deal.
All right.
I think they disagree. This is great television. But, Laura, we're going to have to say
I
so
love
long
Bill.
to you.
So I love Laura, but you know, we got to go where the facts lead us.
All right.
Yeah.
Laura, have a great week. Thank you very much.
Great to see you.
Bill and his book coming up. It is the advice Bill O'Reilly's been giving his viewers for many years and his readers as well, and now he's compiled it all inside this brand new book. Keep it pithy, useful observations in a tough world. On sale everywhere today. And Bill O'Reilly joins us live to share some of the stories. Now, is this just a rehash of stuff you've done in the past? It's
Yeah,
not.
this is a boring rehash. There's no reason to even write it. It's all like that. You know, I didn't want to do a book like this, but there were two reasons why I did it. Number one, people lie about me all the time, and they say things, oh, O'Reilly said this or O'Reilly said that. Well, now if you get this book, you'll know what I said. Number two, this is a tough world, and it's changing fast. The world is changing in some good ways, but more bad ways than good. And you need to know how it's changing and why it's changing, you and your family, to prosper. I mean, to get on top of the situation. So we go over all of the things that we've analyzed, and on big stories, we got Benghazi in there. I mean, that's how on top of it we are, and why it's happening and what you should do about it. Forget Obamacare. What should you do about it? Okay, and so it's more of a useful guide. Useful guide. That's what.
All right, so let's talk about the parent element that you bring to the show, because you're a parent as well. Some of the commandments you say, and as busy as you are, this is big. Parents should be available at all times.
Right.
Bill, you're about to go to tape. It's 4:10. You get a call from home. You're saying you take that call.
I take the call and I find out exactly if it's an emergency or or what it is. It only takes 30 seconds to delineate that, and your children should know that you put them first, and that's a part of this book that I want everybody to know. It's not just politics. The key to raising children, even troublesome children like I was, is just having they need to know that you're putting them above everything else.
Right.
All right, and so if you're on the set saying, "Hey, I'm on the set, but I'm taking your call," it means something. All right, and I can't talk to you. I'll get right back to you after Fox and Friends is over. You guys go like 8 hours now, so it's a long time. But you get breaks during it, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I frequently talk to my kids during the break before they go to school.
Do you talk to them on the phone or through your finger?
Well, that was just, yeah. Through one of my
Because she has some magical powers. You ever watch The Witch? She reminds me of
very similar.
Elizabeth Montgomery, doesn't she? No, when that nose goes, I mean, stuff appears all over you. Know that.
Yeah, right.
She can make lunch appear.
I was more of an I Dream of Jeannie guy.
How about
If only my magic worked like that. Okay, you and I may disagree about several things, but I do agree with your 10 commandments of parenting in this book. You also say parents should pay for college. You owe your kids the tools.
You brought them in.
And I love this one. Parents should remove TVs and computers from kids' rooms or never put them in there in the first place.
Well, that's right. I mean, you got to have some kind of control over what they're doing, particularly on this computer business. It's horrible. But all of that's common sense, and most people do it. But parents get distracted. They get tired. I know parents who go to bed before they're teenagers.
Yeah.
Right.
Stay up.
Good luck.
And I will
Stay
say
up.
this. You spoke at my son's school for the juniors, and you blew them
Didn't
all
I
away.
charge him like 10 grand?
You did, which I thought was wrong at first. But
Listen,
this is a capitalist country. You did a great job.
This is a great book. I looked
Thank
over
you.
it yesterday. Please buy it. It's called Keep It Pithy from the King of Cable, Bill O'Reilly.
Right. Bill
Thanks,
needs
guys.
a
We
bestseller.
appreciate it.
It's
Thank you,
really
sir.
put you over the top.
And now, by magic, I'm just going to move my nose, and we're going to go to commercial break and
In
tell you
4
about
seconds.
grandchildren.